I feel like there's conspiracies behind that. They have bugs in their updates, so they force it to slowly like lag, so you buy their products more often. That's at least stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the conspiracy is not totally wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I also don't know if it's classified as a conspiracy. I think there might have even been like proof or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. One time there was proof. There was like iPhone proof that like they would like not update later not give software updates, and then it would basically mess up the phones and stuff like yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Apple's crazy with all its stuff.
Hey, you know what? I'm happy actually. Like I know it's very small steps, but like we 15 followers. We went from like
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can do is baby steps. It can't be overnight, right? That's
how many followers do you have on Instagram, Kelly?
gosh, what is it? I got more followers ever since I teamed up with that
Oh, the dude. What's his name?
the, the famous YouTuber. So 4,388.
Damn, you're popular there.
Yeah, well, in Los Angeles, that ain't too crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, I in Los Angeles, no. You're saying yeah, it's 100. What is it like? Yeah, if you're not.
Yeah, or at
Yeah,
least
but I
like
feel like
2,000.
yeah, it's just such a shitty game to play unless you're like doing like pushing out good content and growing from that,
Yeah,
which you
yeah.
have. So I think maybe if you pushed more content, would that help you?
Oh, yeah. I'm just so bad at social media. It's just like, ugh.
What is it? So how much is it like? What's his name?
How much is it? What? I'm just grabbing my ring light here.
Make, to make a video with that guy.
How much do they pay me?
Yeah, no, obviously you're not getting paid, right? It's free.
Oh, no, no, no. They're paying me. They're paying me.
Oh, they paid you? Like Anwar paid you for the video?
Yeah, well, for every millions of views he gets money, right? So it's like if I'm out there putting in my acting talents, then like I should get some sort of profit of
Oh,
this.
so he paid you flat.
Yeah, yeah. But he's really nice. He's generous, for sure.
Oh, so he's probably making like a good amount from these videos.
Yes, yes, I think so. Because I think, yeah, we have like on TikTok, 8 million views on one of the pimple popper ones. The pimple popper one I did. Oh, Jesus. And then on YouTube, that's like another 2 million right now. Last I checked, at least. And then yeah, so it's and then some millions on Instagram. So it's like that all together is like millions of views.
Yeah, it adds up for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, yesterday was probably the most controversial topic we could have picked. I
Yeah.
mean, the other one is maybe if I pick a Nazi position, you don't,
Oh my gosh.
which I can't. But yeah, we went a little bit far yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. Today maybe we could talk about like some an interesting concept I've read in a book recently. Um, it's called the law of human stupidity. Have you heard of this?
No.
Let me show you. So I think it's the best definition of stupidity that I've ever heard in my life. Because I feel like most people, when they talk about stupidity, they say the obvious things like, "Oh, someone sorry." They say shit that is not universal universal in the sense that like if you don't have IQ, then you're dumb. If you don't have this, if you're not able to communicate well, you're stupid. If you're not able to draw, whatever you're, I feel like that one is a more economic based definition of stupidity.
Mm.
So it's like the economy, like how does stupidity affect the economy? And he wrote a paper
Um,
on this. Some Italian economist. He wrote a paper on this, and I thought it's such a brilliant like explanation of stupidity. So his definition is that stupidity is when someone takes an action and doesn't have any what's it called? So you're taking an action without while after the action you lose from the action and your group loses.
okay.
So you basically lose something. You don't gain anything from that action. So you get deducted for whatever for you get deducted from that action instead of increasing from that action, any whether it's a any benefit for you or your group. Now he says the opposite of that is a bandit, where it's like, okay, I'm taking an action right now, I'm stealing your purse, and from that I gain something, right? Now I have 10 whatever money that was in there, right? So that's a net like increase, right? If I steal from you, I have a net increase. A
Okay.
stupid person has a net decreases in whatever it is that like financial gain or anything. It like just decreases, or it takes away from the group. So like an example is like, hey, we work together in a business, and then you fucking have an emotional breakdown. That's a stupid action, because you're going to fuck up the business. Now you're going to lose the partnership, and now you're going to lose, or you yell at someone. That's a stupid action, because you're basically losing from that action. You're not gaining anything.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. And how it's like the stupidity is affecting others around you. Because that's why it's like you can be an evil genius, but you can be evil and have gain, but you're like, stupidity doesn't mean. Because I find it interesting how like people who are stupid are oftentimes also more happy. That's like also a.
Yeah, but he's talking about a different type of he's saying that like also stupidity is not another one of his law of human stupidity is that the ratio of stupidity is in every category of people, meaning like you will find the same amount of stupid people in physics, in math degrees, in every category, in actors, and you name it, right? Because that what I just said is not a net loss of every action you take, is something that you could see that sometimes really smart people do, and they're basically right. Like there's politicians that do really dumb moves that just fucking net loss for their country,
Mm.
but they're not dumb if you're defining it as IQ, or you're not defining it as if you're defining intelligence as IQ, they're not dumb. But he's saying that's not how he defines it. It's not IQ. It's not, oh,
Mm.
they're smart or dumb. They know math. They don't know math. It's not that. It's net loss. I take an action. It's net loss, not net gain from the result of it.
I think that makes sense, especially like what's most important is how are you gonna like especially evolutionarily, in your species, like for the human herd, intelligence is most important in advancing the herd of your fellow
Yes.
human. And so, who cares if you can do math if you're going to drain our resources based on your actions? Like, what good
Yes.
is that math going to do? And that does, I agree with that. That's more important than obviously math that advances the human condition, that's good for the herd, but stupidity in relation to the human herd is probably where it matters most, is what he's
And
saying.
maybe no, but I'm saying I like his definition of stupidity better than the IQ one, because the IQ
Yeah.
one is not intelligence. Because again, I could be a 200 IQ, and me and you
Mm.
start a business right now, and I'm like solving amazing problems, but then I'm like emotion. I don't know. One day I wake up and I'm like, you know what? I lose it on you. I whatever. I do some stupid action, and it breaks the whole business, and it doesn't move us forward. I go to prison because I got mad, or I don't know. I hit someone. I don't know. Whatever, and then I fuck up the whole business. There's no gain to my action. So whatever action I took, I just fucked it all up.
Does that kind of lie in the street smart versus, just book smart thing of like, okay, you can be all the book smart, but if you're not savvy in like the business world or whatever, that's more street smart, right? And so are they.
Or another good, yes, I guess that's kind of an analogy, but it's also like because we're emotional, like it could be like, for example, a yeah, an economist that deals with what do you call that? With a lot of theories, but never applied his theories. So he tells people about his theories, but there's no application to his theory. So he fucks up the whole market, because he tells people, "Hey, this is how the market works," but he has no clue. So people are so he's taking actions constantly, right? So that qualifies as taking actions. He's telling people how to invest, or like there's nothing to be afraid of. Like in 2008, before the crash, like people were like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with the subprime. Like it's all going to be fine. We're not going to crash." Like most economists were saying that back then. So you could say these guys are intelligent and people are following their actions or their theories, but they don't understand. They're that results in a complete loss for all of society and themselves. Well, that's another story. Some people that do stupid actions like that don't lose. They like somehow still gain. I mean, not like financial gain, but they still made the group lose, right? It's a net negative.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I explain myself well, but you know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, I think I stand by that as well. I think that's maybe a more important form of intelligence because it's about like the greater good is what we're trying to apply intelligence for. So if your choices are going to just like do the opposite of that, then what's the point? It's just like it just makes me think of how many people are in positions of power that make decisions that screw over the greater good, or they're like the Michael Scotts from The Office that just like there's so many legitimate bosses that are just complete idiots that still take power, and it's just weird that in spite of what you're saying, and I agree with it, that society can doesn't function that way all the time.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because I really liked the. It was
Mm,
more of an objective. It was a good look on it. It's
yeah,
like, yeah, and I thought it was also brilliant how he says that these stupid people exist. Yeah, like I said, they exist in
the
every
category.
category, so that it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like, oh, I'm in the physics category or I'm in the
Mhm.
Nobel. Because he actually gives the example of Nobel Prize winners. So like those are like supposedly the smartest people in society, and he says that also they have the same ratio of stupid people as plumbers or as any other group. He's saying that's his law, that's his theory at least. That like, but he makes a good point because like you can have like a Nobel Prize winner that is a communist and like r-
Mm.
helps launch a communist revolution and fucks up the whole society and people like and he doesn't benefit because put he gets put in prison at some point or whatever. Like he and his group doesn't benefit as well.
Yeah.
And there's
But if you have the kind of intelligence and also to rally that kind of amount of people and make that kind of change and affect the political climate in that way, like how you know what is that then if not intelligence?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look at it differently. He's not seeing the type of intelligence that you're talking about right now. You're
Mm,
still seeing the kind of intelligence that's like the standard, like I am cunning and I'm smart and I organize people and I
mm,
do things. He's talking about a net negative, like the
mm,
GDP is not growing anymore. There's loss. So
mm,
look at it from a economic perspective. That's how he sees it. It's not
mm,
not I can organize people and put people
mm,
together and do interesting things. It's more like I'm going to organize people, and then we're going to lose as a group financially. We're just
yeah,
going to. And
yeah. So then I
so that
guess
in that, yeah, sorry.
no, no, you go.
No, so that in that regard, he sees it differently. It's not, oh,
Mm,
okay, let's say I started a company, and I put people together, or I'm a politician, I put people together, therefore I'm smart. No, I'm a politician, and I proposed some economic law, whatever. Obviously, I'm smart in the sense that you're saying. I'm obviously smart because I made it to that position. But he's not talking about this stuff. For him, intelligence is not that. It's like I applied some sort of economic theory. It fucked the whole nation, which
mm.
many cases of that. And now we're at a net negative from this action. I didn't gain from it. You didn't gain from it. No one gained from it. We all lost.
So, what happens then when it's kind of like an act of God, some sort of like natural disaster that is the undoing of maybe well made plans, but then we have an economic loss because of that natural disaster or something where, this would never happen, but it's like, you come up with this idea that it's like, oh, this is how we're going to use, the solar panels instead of the oil, and that's going to save us so much more money and blah, blah, blah. It's probably not how that works out, but, and then something horrible happens where the volcano goes in the sky, it's covered in ash, there's no sun now for the next 6 months, and it's like everyone loses their money. It's like then is that just, do we classify them as not intelligent now? That's just a crazy kooky scenario, but just to explore it.
Yeah, so I think he does. I think he's more talking about like not. So yes, he can. Natural disasters don't qualify as that because yeah, that's not your fault. But
Okay.
it's more okay. Let's talk about specifics. Like there's a lot of economic theories, like people pushing. For example, in 2008, when people were pushing subprime loans, right? That's an action. Like someone
Mm,
came up with this. Hey, let's sell a bunch of let's lump together a bunch of dog shit loans that people are never going to pay back and then I don't know. There was a lot of gymnastics that they did there financially. That is obviously coming from someone, if you're talking about IQ, not an idiot in that
Mm,
sense.
yeah.
But because, again, there's, I don't know the reason, but there's many reasons as to why they would do something like this. They took this action thinking it's fine, but at the end of the day, it was a really dumb action from his perspective, which is now everybody lost. Every single well, yeah, most Americans lost money after the crash because of the economic theory, and it wasn't like some natural disaster thing. I think communism is another one. Like, it's unbelievable how many. It's like a religion. Like, we've tried this many times, it doesn't work. It kills people. It destroys the economy. It destroys growth. And you have smart people pushing it all the time. You have really intelligent people pushing it.
Mm.
Actually, communism is never pushed by idiots. It's usually pushed by really smart people.
Um,
Well, not smart
so
according to him. Yeah.
sorry, it's like laggy for a second. Well, that makes me think then that's probably why there are different words for intelligence, because you even described like, oh, that's cunning, that's cunning to kind of get in there and take advantage of these things. But so he's just saying like intelligence in general and kind of dismantling the whole IQ, like the value we put on IQ. And I think that that is also represented in like the SAT thing that we put, that test that we give to,
Yeah.
like, they're different forms of intelligence, and it kind of tests a certain like IQ scale that can't capture other sides of intelligence. And so they've even written things about how it's not completely a fair representation. And so maybe this guy would have a better test to, because what one test is going to fit all is going to be able to like weed out who's smart and not smart. It's more I think what I'm gathering from what you're saying as well is more like up for grabs than that. It's changing and it's case by case. And you could be an engineer and get into a school and be smart and get that SAT score and become an engineer, but you could still be stupid in
Yes.
the scale of
Yes.
what
So
you're
exactly, in his scale, it's very stupid. But I want to read his definition. Maybe I like his simple definition. But it's basically, a stupid person is a person who causes losses to
saying.
another person or group of people when he or she does not benefit and may even suffer losses. So I didn't add the does not benefit and maybe suffer losses.
Mm,
Can pull across for the golden law of human stupidity. A professor economist, the person who causes. So he's looking at it from an economic perspective, which I really like. Who causes a problem for others without any clear benefit for himself? Yeah, I just really really love that someone came up with a more economic base. Like, hey, yeah, it's more of an economic base of looking at it. I found it really cool.
and when did he do this thing? When did this come out?
This is like, I think, in the 30s or something, but someone
Oh,
rewrote it recently. Non-stupid people always underestimate damaging power of stupid. Oh, I really like this one. The fourth basic law. So it like tells a lot of basic laws. So non-stupid people always underestimate the damaging power of stupid individuals, in particular non-stupid people constantly forget that at any time and place and circumstance, dealing or hanging out with stupid people always turns out to be a costly mistake. Uh, so we are the most dangerous type of people. A stupid person is more dangerous than a bandit, because he
yeah,
has a point. Because a bandit is like, it's very straightforward. It's like, okay, he comes, he steals your person, he leaves. But a stupid person, like, especially in a position of power,
yeah,
right?
the ripple effect.
Yeah, you can institute a law or pass a law that literally fucks up the whole economy, and everyone is screwed.
Oh my god. Dude, well, it really makes me think too about how they say you really need to pick who you spend your time with, because they reflect who you are. The five people you spend most of your time with, you become them. And so that's what he's saying is like, make sure you don't. It's a very costly mistake if you because you everyone says, oh, that's my stupid friend, oh, a stupid friend, but then all of a sudden his decisions, you're gonna end up in the back of a cop car yourself. And so that's just a smaller scale versus what you're saying of like
Yeah, yeah.
widespread impact. But you know,
That's a very good example too of stupid people, like the ones that make you end up in a cop car. I think that's a net loss kind of thing, right? It's like, we all fucking lost. What the hell did you gain from going to prison for a night or whatever? Um,
yes, yes. And I think we all kind of have that phase where we grow out of our stupid friends, and then it's a hard, transition. But better that than the cop car option, I guess.
I feel like anger also puts you in a position of being stupid, because anger or like emotional regulation could help, could make you do an action, take an action that will result in you losing a good relationship, or you losing a good business deal, or you know what I'm saying? Like it could screw up, it could come in your way of dealing with people. I feel like that's also like what that's one of the underlying like things.
Yes, the anytime you get emotional, it's like you're never going to make the clear-headed choice, and I think maybe that's why women have been barred from our like positions of power, is because we're seen as like, oh, hysterical woman or an emotional sex, and so maybe that's like, okay, how can we trust you in as the president to not start a war or something like that? You're
This
like,
President Biden, like, fuck this guy.
send the missiles, send the nukes.
It was fucking rude.
Yeah, yeah. But then it's like I think I saw an interview too of a man who some scientist or something, and he said why women would be even almost better leaders, which I think is interesting. I think obviously not all women, but and I don't know about that whole like better. I think like we both have our strengths and weaknesses, and so I don't like it when we like pit the genders against each other of who's better. It's like, how can you compare that? It's very like apples and oranges, you know.
Okay, so let's move to the second subject now, where you just said.
Yeah.
I don't see it as better. I see it as like we're like Power Rangers, you know, when or like did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z as a kid?
God, probably not. No,
So
no.
you remember
Anime?
when they like they touch fingers and they go and then they fuse the two
Yeah.
brothers. I forgot what their name was. So they like fuse together and they make this like more powerful like being. So I feel like that's men and women. It's not better. It's like
Yeah.
we need each other. We become better together. But then we also have things that we're each stronger at. Yeah, that's. But I do think there's some things that we're stronger at. That there's no
Yes.
question. Like, wait, are you
Yeah.
hello? You're
I'm,
a little bit laggy. Yeah, you're
you're a
good.
little laggy too this time. I
Oh, am
don't
I
know
laggy
what's going
too?
on.
Oh, I'm laggy too.
Yeah. Yes. I hope it's not my internet. So it seems like I'm okay.
It might be mine. Shit.
Is there anything different
Well,
going on over there today?
I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it happens. It's fucking Spectrum. I hate that.
Wait, I think I have Spectrum at home. Not here, but at home. Okay.
I also feel so fucking sick. I broke my sugar thing and I ate Krispy Kremes. I feel like shit now. Oh,
I bet it was glorious.
it was no, yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
For the brief moments that you were tasting it, I'm sure it was glorious. But now you have to deal with the aftershocks.
Why are we so dumb? Like in that sense, like why do we know what's gonna happen when you eat the donut? You feel horrible and you feel guilty and you feel sick, and we still fucking do it. It's so bizarre how the brain works.
I actually read something, it's an evolutionary thing where you would travel far and wide as a nomad and you'd come across a fig tree. And that's like the figs are sweet, it's like dessert. And so, not knowing the next time you could possibly come across a fig tree, you gorge on it because it's like your one chance at the fig tree for the next 500 miles or something. And so that's why we have such problems with sweets and like gorging and our capacity to, slow down.
I guess it makes sense because when you eat dumb shit, it's usually comes from like, oh my god, quick, quick, quick! I need to stuff, and it's like your brain. It is coming from a perspective of like, oh, I
Right.
might never have food again in my life. Like, eat it fast, eat
Yeah.
it fast. Like it's like, dude, everything.
I
Yeah,
have
every
this thing where I think that like it's more about the amount of time I'm eating versus how much I'm eating. So it's what you're saying. If I can eat really fast, it's like I didn't eat that much. I only ate sweets for like 3 minutes. Like how could that be that bad? But I'm like,
yeah,
I'm eating so many of the sweets.
yeah.
But,
So you know why I think it's why man, why am I'm taking all the fucking most controversial positions.
oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
And by the way, I'm very okay with like not. I like to play. There's a quote that I really like. Let me see if I could find it. I really live by this, which is, um, hold on. You know Cicero? He was like a, okay. So Cicero was like, wait, let's look at Cicero. He was a Roman politician, but like very brilliant, supposedly. Like he's very well known. But this guy,
That's
100
fucking
BC, he was. I love
okay.
those. I love old Roman names. You know,
Yeah,
Marcus, Tullius, Cicero. Fuck, I want to be named like that.
it's all the Marcuses.
Yeah, it's
Always the
fucking.
Marcus.
Wait, Marcus today was kind of like it's not that cool anymore. I guess
My name's Marcus. Yeah, yeah, you're right. We gotta bring it back.
no, but it's cool when you add the other.
Mm.
It becomes cool in my opinion when you say Marcus Tullius Cicero. Anyways,
I know, but sometimes people with those double names, I'm like, all right, okay, like, when you think you're special, come on.
you wouldn't think I'm cool if you were like, oh, if I introduce myself as, hi, my name is Marcus Tullius Cicero.
I would think you were joking if you said that. But
Okay,
then
so
you have Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's a pretty cool one, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But again, I feel like you got to earn the three name one.
anyway, so he was a philosopher, lawyer, statesman, and I think he was a politician, and he made it high up over there. Oh yeah, he was a marked by civil. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he had a political career, but he was a very brilliant guy. Anyways, I really like this quote of his. So John Stuart Mill, he who knows only his own side of the case knows a little of that. His reasons may be good, and no one may have been able to refute them. But if he's equally unable to refute the reasons of the opposite side, if he does not so much as a know what they are, he has no grounds for preferring either opinion.
Okay, let me reread that. They talking all this old timey speak, man.
Old timey.
No, it's reason
I,
may
I
be good.
I feel you on that. Yeah.
To refute the reasons of the opposite side, if he does not so much as know what they are, he's not, okay. Okay. So what made you pick this quote?
No, because I like it that I want to play. You have to play all sides. You have to like, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like I would love to play all sides because that's how you really learn. Like you know how I took the homosexual argument the other day, right?
Yeah.
Like a position that I took about that debate. I would like to take the other side now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like I always want to take because that's how you truly learn and get into the mind of the person on the other side arguing. That's how you really learn because you don't really if you only know your side, you're not that's not really knowing. Like he's right. He
Yeah,
who owns
well,
his own side of the case knows a little of that. Uh,
yes, yes. I feel like that's why during a debate it's always important to like leave room for like not because I feel like a lot of times when people debate, it's like I'm immovable. This is my side. I'm never going to change my side. Um, whereas like I think that oh man, like even what you were saying yesterday about like the dopamine stuff, I think is a really actually interesting take, and I think it's a probably a very valid reason as to why the furries and things and all those things are exploding and going crazy. Is like this is our society, and a big proponent of people need to like understand the other side. Otherwise, you're just going to judge them and put them as like you know I feel like that's like a problem in our society today is that we don't try to make efforts to understand the other side. Like even
yes.
people in middle America that like voted for Trump or something like that, and people in Los Angeles and New York like super judge people who voted for Trump. And there is like an element of people in middle America, his policies like help their lifestyle more than Hillary's would have. And so if people just demonize them and think that the people who voted for Trump are just all evil and not taking a chance to like see how, dude, I'm like a farmer. I'm a farmer. My life is so different from people who live on these coasts that are just like cityscapes, And that one's always made me sad about how like the whole Trump divide really I think hurt our
Yes.
nation.
Yes, and to add to that, what I'm saying is what I think he's saying that's interesting is also not only that you try to understand my side, we switch sides. So I argue now for your side, and you argue now for my side. So
Mhm,
because you're going to start researching and one, you're going to take my shoes and like, let's say you're pro Biden, I'm pro Trump,
mhm.
and now we play his game, which is like, well, let's switch. So now you go into the Trump side and I go into the Biden side. Just doing the research and debating for the other side and
Yeah.
trying to understand, it will make
Yes.
me a lot. It'll make me understand the my own side, the original one, better, and also because I'll learn a lot, and also it'll make me understand the other side a lot better.
Well, I have an interesting one because I actually just heard that apparently a new form of death penalty, how to murder inmates, has come about, and it's like death by gas, and so it's suffocation, and apparently it's cheaper than lethal injection, and but the people who have witnessed this execution say that it's really not humane because they're like suffocating on just gas. That's how you die, and it looks painful, but apparently lethal injection's expensive, and I think the death penalty is one of those really like interesting subjects that is controversial. If you have any sort of
Oh, wow, I don't know what happened to me, but I became so fucking conservative when it comes to those things. I used to not be pro. Well, I understand that being a devil's advocate, like sometimes we judge people that are actually innocent, but
Mhm.
generally speaking, I think we should be like what's it called, that country, Singapore. Like you fuck around, like especially okay, you're from California, so you know what I'm talking about right now. LA is out of control. I can't like I can't walk at night anymore. Like I can't, like it's not safe. Like, do you
Mhm.
feel safe walking in Hollywood? Like if I drop you off in La Brea and what La Brea and Santa Monica. If I dropped you off there at 2 a.m., like that is not a good idea. Like you're gonna have some, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I am pro, like and being the opposite of what we've done in California, where we just like let criminals go. Like I think we should just put the death penalty and like be really extreme. Like, dude, you fucking rob one, like third time we're literally putting you to death. Like no one's gonna fucking rob anymore. We'll have the cleanest society. We'll have the cleanest society ever. You wouldn't it be nice for you to walk? I love walking. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. Well, we were funny enough. We were all sitting around the table trying to pick which medieval torture death we would pick if we had to pick. Like how like the rats eat through your stomach or the horses pull your limbs apart or something like
Yeah.
that. And it does make me think like the reason why they became so creative and gruesome in those medieval time killings was to instill the fear in the populace, right? So it's like that makes me think of that, where it's like, okay, we're gonna kill you if you're a thief, and then fear, and then people will stop doing that. But then it's like it's almost like that open door, like, okay, then who's gonna run with that idea? Like who's gonna now take that? Like that's what scares me about the government is like, I mean, isn't that what happened with Hitler, where it was like, oh, a little bit of the foot in door, and then people are like, it's not affecting me, it's not affecting me, but then more and more, then now it's death penalty over like, oh, did you cheat on your husband? Now it's death penalty. So it's like you never know how far those things are gonna go, with
Okay, that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point. Like you're saying, a politician takes control of the country in the U.S., and we have death penalty for graffiti and for whatever things we can probably all agree that that's a crime. And then some guy comes and he's like super conservative, where he's like, death penalty to girls who cheat on their husbands. And
yeah.
then yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
It
that
was
makes sense.
crazy. There was like a whole floor just for women of the medieval torture devices, and it's crazy that that's like within us still, because that's where we came from. And I mean, maybe it's like the cyclical thing. Maybe it's going to come back for us. Maybe maybe we will.
I wonder if that was their. You know how we were talking? It's kind of connected to our conversation yesterday, where we were saying today we're like heightened in terms of dopamine and all that. I wonder if that was their form of like extreme porn. Because imagine back then, you don't have porn, you don't have all that shit, you don't have imagery, but
Yeah.
you go to the times, you do go to the square, the city square, and you see a girl being pulled apart or some dude being pulled apart into fucking like, and then burst into, and you see the intestines. You're like, damn, you're probably like, that's thrilling.
Because I think back then it was so boring too. You're like in the fields all day or doing the same shit all day. And so I think that all this like thing, and that's probably why like horror movies are such a huge thing in our world. Like horror is always being made. There's always a fandom for horror movies. And it's probably stemming from that. And like, thank God we have horror movies now to satisfy that urge. Because,
Hey Kelly, could I dare you to do something?
oh God, what?
Are you good? Are you good with watching very scary movies?
Yes.
Okay, could I dare you for could I if you would dare?
Okay, let's hear the dare.
Okay, so I watched a movie that
Oh,
honestly I thought was so fucked up.
oh,
It was so fucked up that actually the fucked up thing is that Quentin Tarantino came up with this suggestion. He's like, "This is the best movie. This is the best movie." It's a Japanese movie, and honestly, it's the most demented shit I've ever. And I've seen some shit. I've seen like every horror movie. It's so demented that it
oh,
took me like, well, I couldn't watch some of the last scenes, but so I didn't even get there. But just from
oh,
kind of knowing what was going on, it like
yeah.
for 5 days I was like, oh, this is just, and I'm good at
Okay.
handling it. Could you watch it?
Well, you know what you just made me think because while I was waiting for this to start, I was looking on Twitch and I saw there's like literally a guy watching clips from a movie and reacting, and there was a lot of viewers to it. So we could potentially try that as well as like the scariest horror movies reactions as like enter if you dare type thing.
Well,
Of
this one scares me. I do not want, because this is not even scary. It's
it's
not
the
a
scene.
horror. It's just
Yeah,
a it's like it's. I think the guy was a serial killer. How do you even come up with something like that? It's like I don't even understand.
because it's
It's
like
just
obviously you can't play a whole movie, but you show scenes like almost the human centipede final scene or something like that. Like how human centipede was like I specifically looked that up just to see the shock factor scenes. Japanese. Oh man.
oh, there you go. Audition. It's called.
Oh, I think I might have heard about this movie of people saying just how horrible it was, but like good but
Demented.
horrible. Okay,
It's
what's the
literally demented. It's like
83% Rotten Tomatoes? Okay, who
you
decides
know
to
what
start taking them?
you know what makes it even more demented
Oh,
is that it's the most incredibly like cinematography and style
hmm,
and acting and directing, like everything. It's a masterpiece in that regard. So
mm-hmm.
it's like a setting of like, oh, this is a masterpiece in terms of everything is done right. And I don't know movie like, lingo to explain why it's like a masterpiece in that sense. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like really fucked up. It's like you used it for the wrong narrative. Like you could have done a love story with it, or
But
action.
maybe that's what makes it so much more real and horrible too. It's like the acting is so good. It's like a documentary. You're just like watching this happen to this girl, and it's like a real thing.
It's not actually. This is a flip. It's more
She
when
does something. She does
yeah,
something.
yeah. It's girls doing it to guys. Yeah,
Oh,
girls doing it to guys.
oh God. Oh
It's
man.
so demented. I really want I want to dare people to watch this. I want to see like was I like a bitch about it? Like I want to see if do you think would
I'm
you watch
scared.
it, or you're not into that stuff?
I mean, I had a phase where I was really into horror movies, but then I absorb the emotions so intensely that I realized like horror movies I'm just stressed for 2 hours. I'm just like for 2 hours, like really affected by it. So I stopped watching it so much because it just stresses me out. But I guess as like
No,
as
you
like
know
a
what, you know what? Don't watch it. Yeah, don't watch it. Fuck it. I don't know why. I dared this the sister of my cousin's wife, and I don't even know why I told her. She's like younger. She's probably gonna get fucked from it.
oh my God, that's so funny. But I mean, that's why I like looking like I went through a phase too where I like researched the dark web and like I have this morbid curiosity about, the things that like I saw videos of like bungee jumping that failed and like basically people dying, because your bungee cord snapped and you died. So it's like I don't know. There's something in us with like watching the car accident, can't look away.
Yeah, the dark web. I try to. Yeah, I didn't go there, but I mean, I obviously visited the dark web, but I didn't like.
You
I
didn't.
didn't have, well, I mean, it's easy to go there. Like I was just, I wanted to see all the like the buying guns and assassinating and all that
But
shit.
I thought that you had to like breach a firewall or something. You had to do something.
No, you download the Onion. You just download the Onion browser. Just go there. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So you've been on, but I heard too, it's once you're on that like your IP address or something pops on to the other guys who are on the dark web, and so they can
Oh
see
no, no,
what's
no, no. If you do it safely, it's fine. It's just like you don't. First of all, dark web is not a only like you're gonna see extreme shit. It's like just a regular,
hmm.
a very slow regular web. The only thing
It's
that's yeah, the thing that I was interested in is mostly like there's a lot of like cool communities there and like cool like people share like all these like cyberpunk like weird like I don't know just a lot of weird but it's not all just bad. And like I said, I did read one story that was bad, and I thought it was fake, and that's the one that fucked me up. I don't know if I can remember telling you this,
yes, you did. You did. Okay.
but
Yeah.
then
Wow.
I
That's
found
crazy.
out, but then I found out that like 90% of the shit. Oh yeah, sorry. And I did go on that drug buying one. I forgot the name of it. The one after Pirate Bay. That one shut down.
With the
I didn't
Silk
buy
Road,
any drugs. I didn't do anything. I'm just saying I went on that site for whatever reason.
just to see what's going on.
Yeah, so it's very yeah, a lot of the shit is fake over there. It's very fake.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
like the talk about it is fake because it's like they're building mystery and fear when it's like,
So there's probably like 10% of it that's real, like the story that I told you. Like, I mean, I didn't tell you the story, but like that thing was circulating. That's true. People were watched this like sick movie and like it existed. And this person is in jail. Like he's on 60 Minutes. So yeah, he's on 60 Minutes. It's like a very well known story.
oh my
Uh,
God.
yeah. So that was true. But then all the murder for hire, like what else? Um, basically all like that. A lot of this shit is fake. It's not real. Red
Oh,
rooms are fake. Like supposedly, a lot of this shit is fake.
but there has to be a place. I mean, red rooms have to exist for at least like the very rich, you know, like and maybe it's not on the dark web, but like there, you know, obviously exists like the place where you pay to like torture someone and, you know,
Yes. So good point about the rich. So from in 60 Minutes, they talk about this guy and he was selling his videos for rich people because I forgot the price that he said. It was like they said it was like a lot. It was like 10,000, $15,000 for a video.
damn.
Oh, you're right. It is a rich people. Like they don't sell if there's something out there that does that, they're not fucking selling it for $10. Why would they do that? I think it's like a let's sell it for 15,000, 10,000, so that we're getting like it's a rich people. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
You know, you make me think of literally what we were just talking about, the medieval torture stuff, and how like you get to a certain point of being rich and you circle back to that. Now you're buying these videos of real death. And it's interesting how it's like I do think there's something to be said about the dopamine stuff that you're talking about, and they're so rich and they're like nothing can amuse them anymore, so they want to do that or something. But also, you think about the medieval times dudes, and like their dopamine stuff was like dead bottomed out, you know, they're just picking weeds in a field all day. And so maybe it's the extremes of either end of like no dopamine, I need some stimulation, or too much, I need like something to top it or something.
Yeah, honestly, all this shit makes me sick. Like every time I think about it and like that this shit exists, like that movie that I showed you, that like that story that I saw in 60 Minutes, whatever, just like knowing about it that it existed, fucks with it. It really, I fucking yeah, it's really disgusting. I don't know. It's sick.
There
It's
was
the shit that we can get to and like do, you know?
I know that we're like as humans capable of, but I there was this trend that was going around a couple years ago where people would buy mystery boxes from the dark web, and some of these videos were fake, I'm sure, but like they would open up these mystery boxes and there would be weird voodoo dolls with real hair in it. There would be like a USB with like pictures that were not good, like a child's backpack and like pictures of the child. Like it was like very creepy, horrible stuff that you could order just like a random mystery box on the web, and they would open them up on YouTube or something for
Yeah,
views.
that's why I really like, because you know that guy the guy that was talking about in 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
They say in 60 Minutes, and again, I read it on Reddit. I know what he did, and it's funny. Like that's why I like prisoner justice. Like I don't know why he's not dead. I hope in Thailand he's in Thailand, so I guess they have different rules there. The criminals,
Yeah.
But what I like about the US, it's like if you do something with children, you're done. And that I
Mhm.
love that. It's like that's the one thing you can't fucking do, you know?
Yeah, like even the prisoners in the prison are like,
Yeah,
I mean,
they just distribute. Yeah, I really love that. And I was very surprised that he's not dead. I was like, fuck, I wish they what the fuck is wrong with Thai people? Why are they fucking just killing him in prison?
you see, like I'm also I'm not like I can see the both sides too, where it's like I'm paying tax dollars to keep these people alive that have maybe murdered a bunch of people, and like I'm paying to feed you, to house you. Why am I doing this? I'm paying when you are nothing but a drain to society and you've murdered people and murdered children and whatever. But then there's the other side where there was an interview with this guy who was proud of all the people that he sent to the electric chair, and there was like a picture of all the men that he had sent to the electric chair. And then later they had proven that several of those men had actually been wrongfully convicted and they were innocent. So I'm grappling with the whole like, okay, one innocent man is sent to death, and that's it. Almost make is then the death penalty like worthwhile if innocent men are being sent to death? That's
That I agree with you. But I think in some cases, like that guy that I was saying, um,
like 100% certainty. But then what if he's framed? Like you never know for 100.
no, he's in the goddamn like supposedly he's in the fucking videos and like no, he's 100%. He talks about it
Okay.
too. He talks
Okay.
about it. Yeah,
Okay.
so he's 100% the guy.
So I
Um,
guess if you're 100% certain, that helps matters. Then I guess is the question of like we're condemning him for murder, and then now we're doing the same thing that we are condemning him for. So who are we to play God to take a life? And that's the other argument, I guess.
yeah, um,
It's like it's hard to.
it's weird. I'm just pro that stuff when it comes to children because I feel like children can't be redeemed. So,
Mm,
like, in the sense that they can't be like, if something bad happens to you as an adult, if I get my ass beat by a group of people, I can
yeah,
handle it, right? I mean, yeah, I'll be in the hospital if I get saved and I survive, then that's fine. But if you do that to a kid, right, he doesn't have the mental capacity to survive. So you
yeah,
basically there's like a thing in Judaism. I forgot there's a quote. It's like if you hurt a child, you basically like kill the world because like there's no redeeming. Like the child that girl or that boy is not 100% going to be like a fuck not a fuck up but like a living dead, it's not going to be so you
yeah.
basically yeah, so like I don't see like you can't be redeemed, you can't say sorry, like there's no sorry, you kill, there's no, you know what I'm saying, it's like
You're right, because those first times that those neurons wire together, it's cemented in your head for
yeah,
life, and like you can, kind of undo them, but not really when it's a
I don't
trauma.
believe in that. Yeah, that's it, it's like this person is fucked forever.
Yeah, you're right. You killed them even if they're alive, like in a way, or
Yeah,
what
and you're
they could
also
have been.
weak, like I feel like yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of, as a form of like weak link, you're like you went after something too tiny. Like go for something bigger. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like yeah,
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think no one's gonna blame someone for taking that stand, especially with children. It's like, they're the most innocent.
yeah,
It's funny how they're so innocent, but they're also so selfish. It's like they represent, I think, our dual side of human nature of like they're so like they're not racist, they're so loving, I mean, up to a certain point, then they can kind of say something like, why is your skin this? Like, I don't like that. And it's like, like, don't say that. So
yeah.
they're to a point, I guess.
But it comes from like naivety. Like it's they're not saying it like, oh, why is your skin black in a negative way? They're just like curious.
I guess when they say I don't like that or something, if they're like you're ugly because you're this, and maybe they by that point they've learned it from somewhere. So maybe
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you have like two babies, black and white, they're gonna be chilling, they're gonna be homies, they'll be all right.
All right, so Kelly, uh let's jump into ideas. So um why did I get a badge? Like I haven't used this site in like oh
Hey, nice 6-year badge.
all right, sorry, I'm being ADD.
I think there's something to be said about like people are about the horror stuff, that could be an interesting take of like, you know, the scariest movie clips, or like things where it's not a whole movie but you show like the clips, or like we talk about like horror concepts like the dark web, and real stories, crime stories, things that, you know, because I especially think now there's like everyone's obsessed with true crime right now. That's an interest, like a wave to jump on, I guess. It's an idea.
Okay, you know what? Let's do one thing. Let's try one thing right now, and I can pause the chat and the this thing and try it out. Because are you familiar with HQ trivia? Are you good with trivia, by the way?
God, no, I'm so bad. But I
Yeah.
mean, we'll see.
Well, the good news is if we do, we don't have to be good, right? We have to look for good people. So
Yes.
HQ trivia was like insanely popular, and it was just a dude asking questions like this, you know, and they were giving out prizes. So you want to try? I think that's an idea that like we could try out right now, which is
Sure.
um,
And say that there's prizes and stuff to get people to click.
yeah, but what kind of trivia we could do? Like that's the question. Wait, that's not the one.
I think on Twitch, what kind of thing would that be like? Pop culture, like
I guess
um,
video game trivia. So like we can.
yeah.
Um,
All right, I'll count me out, but for down for the count. But I'll help. Yeah.
no, but that's the point. We're both
Yeah.
have no clue. Like, okay, let's go browsing over here.
Maybe you could also.
At the end of the day, me and you succeeded in terms of dynamic, right? Now we have to do something with this dynamic and like find something cool. Like it doesn't really matter that we do something that we're not really into or don't know. Like people are
Yes.
into there's this is a good, dynamic,
I think what people like too is to get their ego like rubbed, you know? And so if you frame it almost like, are you smarter than us at video game trivia? And they're like, I bet I am. And then, you know, and then though they will be because I'll know nothing. But that could be an angle too, because people like to feel smart.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do Grand Theft Auto. Okay, I have an idea.
Oh my God.
Let's go. We don't know anything about I don't know anything about Grand Theft Auto, but let's do something like generate GTA trivia questions for me to run in a trivia show.
Okay, Grand Theft Auto trivia.
GTA / Grand Theft Auto. Wait, scale it. How many questions should we generate?
20? I don't know.
You know what? Let's say generate 30. I don't know.
It's so interesting. Oh my God.
I have the premium. It's GPT-4. I don't know if you have the premium.
Whoa. Okay.
It's just $20. I'm kidding. It's not like it's not that
And so they're gonna give answers, right? That's easy. And which game did the character CJ appear? Oh my God.
that seems really hard. I don't even know.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a diehard fan.
Wait, he doesn't give the answers? I need the fucking answers. I don't know
Maybe at the end show this.
Oh my God. Wait, I'm gonna ask it, rewrite it with ABC and the answer.
Yes. It needs specifics.
I mean, dude, that's hilarious. What the fuck? What that's look at GPT, like, isn't it magical?
I know that's what a time to be alive. That's just
Yeah, okay, now add, because it has context, so now add what is this? The answers in a
certainly. Okay, there we go. Oh God, it's giving the answers.
wait, should we wait?
Yeah, hide the screen. Okay.
Okay. Wait, should I send you so we both read it, or should I email it, text it to you?
Sure, why not, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case. And then you're going to relabel this, right? As a
Yes. Wait, so what's the prize money? So HQ Trivia gave $100. Should we give $100 for the top? So the person that answers, okay, let's do this. $50 for the top,
Okay.
$30 for the second, and $20 for the third place.
Okay, but what if only like 3 people come?
Okay. Well, let's
Maybe
make
for this first one, maybe just try it out as like $50 first place or something, and then see who that attracts.
okay, $50 first place.
I would play if I were out here. I'd be like, how do I trust I'm gonna win? But I'm gonna give it a try and see.
Okay, first place. I'm saying
Like it should be like win $50 if you beat everyone in Grand Theft Auto trivia.
Is this still generating? Continue generating. Okay. All right. Wait. Help me out here. I remember you. I'm retarded with this. I don't like their.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, the whole label thing, right?
Yeah. Where is this? We went to video producer.
How to change.
Oh yeah, we went to home. It was here. Yeah, it was easy. Wait, it was stream manager. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
You found it? Okay.
Let us stream info. Okay, so what was it? GTA.
Hey, we got a viewer. We're about to play Grand Theft Auto trivia, and if you win, you could win $50. So
Yeah, Grand.
stick around if you know Grand Theft Auto.
Wait, who is it? Who is it?
I don't know. It's just usually we're at 1 viewer and
Oh.
there's a 2.
Wait, is it? What was the most popular? Hold on, damn it. Browse.
Michael's legit. He will give you $50.
Grand Theft Auto 5. So this one. Okay, trivia. Games. What the hell was that?
Oh, we got 2. We got 2. Did you change it? Hello, we're about to play Grand Theft Auto trivia, you guys, and if you are first place, then you get $50. Michael will actually give the $50. So stick around if you guys know your Grand Theft Auto. We have AI generated trivia coming your way. We're just getting it situated so we have more. We lost him.
Okay, so wait. Let me double check. We did everything. Oh, Grand Theft Auto.
Trivia. Hey, hi guys. Grand Theft Auto trivia. Winner gets $50. It's coming for you in just a second. We got two viewer dudes hanging out with us. Oh, and they're gone.
Grand Theft.
We got one still. Okay.
Fuck, let's just do $100. I need fucking viewers. We need to push the boundaries a little bit.
Okay, all right.
I'm itching to be famous, Kelly.
I'm itching. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's get them.
All right, $100. Okay, I'm sending you a new link again.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, I'll see you in a second.